Hi everyone, welcome to the March SMF challenge. This month's challenge is whipped soap. Whipped soap is made by whipping your soaping fats prior to adding your lye. In order to do this, you must use a recipe that is greater than 50% hard oils. Examples of hard oils are lard, tallow, palm, shea butter, and cocoa butter, to name a few. Coconut oil can be considered a hard or liquid oil. During the winter, for me, it's a hard oil, but during the summer, it's a soft oil. Palm oil must be fully melted and then cooled rapidly before use. Otherwise, you'll get the palm stearin to form before it's fully cooled. And you won't have a uniform fat, which would not be good for whipping because you want to have a uniform mixture that's going to react uniformly. Overall, if it's solid at room temperature, then it's a solid fat or hard fat, and then if it's liquid at room temperature, then it's a liquid fat. So I'm going to go ahead and start whipping my fat here. This is lard and coconut oil, and it's a simple 75% lard, 5% coconut oil, castor, and then olive oil for the difference. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is just a regular mixer. You're welcome to use a stand mixer, or you can even use, some stick blenders come with whipping attachments. That also works. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and blend this until we have very stiff matte peaks. And I'm just scraping the bowl now so that I can get all the different spots, and I want to make sure that I mix everything really, really well. So that's about right. You can see that it's very nice and stiff, definitely whipped up. So we can go ahead and slowly add our liquid oils. Here I have my liquid oils, and it's a combination of olive oil and castor oil. I'm going to go ahead and just dump that in there. So you can see now we've got these really beautiful peaks. We've got this wonderful whipped fat, and this is exactly what we're looking for. And I've also got this this slurry here of goat's milk powder and a little bit of honey and sodium citrate. And I'm going to go ahead and add that in at this time. So this would be the time that you add any kind of additional liquids. I'm using a 45% lye solution, so I want to go ahead and add a little bit of extra water, in this case goat's milk. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add this very slowly because it's definitely liquidy. Alright, now that we've got all of our fats, our additives, and everything except for our fragrance and our lye added, we are ready to add the lye. Because this is whipped soap and not your traditional stick blender, you definitely want to be a little bit more cautious. I've got goggles, long sleeve shirt, and gloves on. I've also got a sink right next to me. So this is the part where you kind of take your time and just do little by little, because you definitely want to be a little slower rather than faster. Take your time. At this point, I am going to scrape the sides again, and you can see we've got very lovely whipped soap at this point. Also, looks yummy. Alright, looks like we are good to go. Now that we have mixed the lye with our oils completely, you can go ahead and separate for coloring. In this case, I'm actually not even going to color this batch. I'm using a discoloring fragrance and a notorious coconut fragrance. So I'm actually doing a coconut cream soap. It's going to be a toasted marshmallow scent and coconut. So a fun trick for when you only have a small container is to take off one of your mixers and just use one of them. And I've got the fragrance right here. I'm going to start with the coconut oil. Coconut fragrance. One of the reasons I love whipped soap is that you can work with really, really frustrating fragrances that would normally give you an awful time in CP, and have them be there's that. And you can see that this fragrance, although it's really annoying to use in regular CP, it is just fine in whipped soap. I'm going to go ahead and use the other stick for the vanilla scent. And since this is just so strongly discoloring, I'm not even going to bother with coloring it. I'm just going to go ahead and mix a little bit in here. Oh, you can't see me. My bad. Woo! Spillage. More spillage. My bad. I should just mix it with the mixer. That's probably a better idea. Now this fragrance behaves really nicely in cold process, so it wouldn't be an issue either way, but it just smelled really yummy. And I thought it would go with the coconut. So, we have now our yummy scented one, the toasted marshmallow, and the coconut, and you can see that it's still very nice. No issues, which is good. And there we have it. Now I will go ahead and put them in the mold. You can see the coconut is trying to give us a hard time, but it's still staying together, and it is easy to work with. No separation, a little grainy, but nothing major. And of course, you can't have a whipped soap without piping something. So, I've got a little piping tip here with a bag ready. If I can open it. Here we are. And my silicone spoon so that I can actually get it going. After we finish with this, we are not going to be able to see-pop it. We will need to actually put it in the refrigerator